Hi, so this is the Hellhound drawing that I did in a previous daily art vlog. I'm just adding some Promarker colour to the floor. The surroundings in this drawing is supposed to be like hell for the Hellhound. I want it all to be like orange fiery colours surrounding the Hellhound. I'll probably do a different colour for the actual Hellhound, just layering in some grey tones there with the Pro Markers. I did this video in two parts because I didn't really have any Copic markers, so I had some Copic markers later, some warm colours over the top of them cool greys there. I just wanted to add like a darker shade of the grey colour, to the drawing, so I can overlay it later on and just see. It's just something that I've noticed I hadn't done the bottom teeth of that wolf. The Hellhound doesn't have any bottom teeth. I suppose I could add that later on. I'm sort of adding like the red colours. I think it was a plum colour or maroon or something. I can overlay that with red later on and just see how it sort of pans out. It's a bit experimental with this colour because I aren't really used to layering over Pro Markers and Copics. It's something new really that I've been doing only the last month or two, and it usually works quite well. By the end of the video I wasn't really happy with the flames on the Hellhound. They sort of stood out a bit too much, but that's the way some drawings go sometimes. Yeah, just adding some purple which I can overlay there. I don't know why I did purple, but it was all I had to hand really. And starting to go over it with an orange Prismacolor pencil. I can tell this was a while ago because that orange pencil is slightly shorter now. So yeah, I made a start on colouring this and then just left it because I needed some more greys, which I've since got. Yeah, I was happy with the drawing of this. I remember when I first drew it, it sort of like stood out to me, and I like the way it looks like it's running in movement sort of thing. The paws, I wasn't really too happy with that front paw there, but it sometimes you get that in certain drawings, things, little details you're not really happy with, but yeah, I'll sort of bring it back later in the video when I start to colour more and things like that. Adding a bit of pink to the flames, I think that was a bit of a mistake, but yeah. Here we go. This is the updated one with adding the warm greys over the top. It adds a more better tone to the Hellhound anyway, and I had a couple more layers of lighter tones of warm grey over the top as well, which just helps show like light to dark and a lot of the form of the creature. I suppose more practice is probably needed with layering over especially pencil crayons and coloured pencils over the top of Copic markers, but I'll probably get there. It's all practice anyway. Here I am adding, I think it's a warm grey 3, which is lighter than the warm grey 5 I think that I did previously, and it just helps thin it out and blend the other colours as well. And then I think it's warm grey 1, which is the very lightest one. I think you can get a 0 1. Hold I'm not too sure. I'll have to... I know there's a few other grey markers that I need, which I'll get in due time, but here I've got like a red Copic marker and I'm just colouring in them like cavern things, because it is underground, it is hell, so I want all that to be like fiery colours, and I'll add some other colours later on. I do start introducing some Sharpie markers to the sort of colouring, and that just helps balance it, and you can overlay them with coloured pencils as well, which I was happy about. Sometimes with these drawings you can just sort of like feel like you're just adding more and more over the top, and you know, your drawing's sort of getting somewhere, but then there's always something else that needs doing, and you know, things like that. I started off with a darker orange there, but I realised that light one was a bit better. I could create more of a yellowy orange tone, you know, in between the red. As I mentioned right at the end of the video, the thing that bugged me, I wish I would have gone right to the top of the paper and not left that white mark, but I can always add that later on. And pretty much at the end of this, there's things that still need finishing off, but that's as usual with all my drawings. I always feel like I need to come back to them and add more stuff. A bit more grey on them, like flames coming out of his eyes, and a bit of grey here and there, just to add. Now that I'm adding grey tone there is the lava. I wanted to separate that from the actual land pieces, but I didn't really do much of a good job of it. But as I said, I can still add more to it and sort of smooth it off and maybe look more fluid, because it's supposed to be like hot lava. Just trying to add like little details on the flame, you know, coming out of its eyes. Yeah, I'm using some like Polychromos pencils, which are a lot better than Prismacolors. Still early on with some experimentation with these pencils, but I need to buy loads more of them. I've been just buying like the single ones for now from an online store, and I think they're really good. They don't like leave like a waxy film over the top of the drawing like Prismacolors do. So I think I'll be buying more of them and maybe experimenting more. Just like using like that darker orange just to set off some areas in the background. And I want to get that lighter orange soon in there as well on the floor. It'll help it look like it's like a hot lava encrusted floor, something like that. Here we go there, and I can probably add some yellows over the top as well. Mind you, that looks more yellow now as looking at it on the video, but I do add some yellows and other little tones. I left some white areas which seem to work. I don't know, it adds some kind of detail into it. Again, there's some areas that you know, I need to work on more, and this time lapse, I've missed little sections out of it because I just wanted to, you know, work on bits off camera and then come back to it, and then you can see it more as a whole later on. I'm just adding like shaded tones there. which just help separate some of that yellowy, orangey colour. That's like the darker red. I use that for a lot of like blood colouring as well. I can imagine this is one of the pencils that will go quite quickly, so I'll have to buy some more. Now I thought about, because I coloured the eye in like a purple, it almost looked like an albino type hellhound, so I've just gone over the top with a really light sort of flesh colour, where it's making the hairs on the hellhound a bit like lighter coloured, and you can hardly tell, but well, you can sort of tell on the video. I'm just going over certain areas, it just brings out a few more of the highlights that I've left, you know, the white areas. I just wanted to separate this hellhound from its surroundings. There's sort of flames on it, so you know it's like a hellhound, and its eyes are flaming as well, but yeah. Like I said, it does need a bit more work going into it. I think soon I just do some like, yeah, start to colour in the lava and that, and try and work that out. But then I do some like flames that seem to be travelling up from the floor to the ceiling of the hell cavern, which is sort of a nice touch. I don't know if it's like feeding all the fire out of it, you know, out of hell, I don't know. Just one little idea that I had. Yeah, the reason I've just missed bits out of here is it just takes too long to, you know, I haven't got enough space on memory cards and stuff to do it continuously, so I just wanted to do like snippets here and there. You can generally see that I just start off in areas, and then when I come back it's pretty much finished. There's the flame bits that I was talking about. I definitely wanted to do a bit more for the background, maybe more yellows, maybe like suggestions of the cavern of hell going further in the distance. That's something that I've only just thought about, to be honest, going back through it, but could always work on it some more. So, not quite finished yet, but I'm going to leave that there for the, you know, this video. I want to do stuff in the background, but I'm not entirely sure what to do. Maybe like lots of yellow, maybe some pale colours. But right now I need to buy some more of these polychrome pencils, as I only have a handful. I'd say about 7 or 8 at the moment. I've been buying them in singles, but they're really good. A lot better than Prismacolors. Even though I've used a couple of Prismacolors on these, they become a bit waxy, so I've started using these Polychromos Faber-Castell just to colour up, and you know, I did use some Sharpie markers here and there, but you can layer up over that, which is very good. I just wanted to give like a light tone to the Hellhound, really, almost like an albino coloured eye, and sort of like fair tone. I wanted to separate it against the rest of the flames and stuff like that. That line at the top bothers me, but I'm going to try and smooth that out with pencil crayon, and like I said, just fill in these gaps. Maybe later on when I get some more layers of yellow and lighter colours. I need an ivory pencil as well, which is a very useful pencil for that, but I'm going to leave that there for now. It's been quite fun colouring this in, but still not quite finished, but nearly finished, like most of my other drawings. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers now.